Are you ready for the weekend, everyone? Hey, everyone. Good Friday evening to you. It's 21 News Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm here with weather for Weather Geeks. It's the Valley's most detailed, in-depth weather forecast video. And the big story, of course, by next week will be the heat. But we've got a really, really nice weekend to enjoy before that really uncomfortable air settles in early on next week. And the air is turning more comfortable this evening. After kind of a muggy day overall, our cold front's sliding through as of 6:08 this evening. That front is kind of halfway through our viewing area, and so at the airport the dew point has dropped 7 degrees since this same time yesterday. It's turning into just a delightful Friday evening across the valley. The dew point at the airport down to 51, also 51 in Newcastle. We're still hanging on to 64 down towards Wheeling, where the front's not quite through just yet, but even in those locations, closer to Route 30 and south, the air will dry out quickly this evening, leading to one of the few nights in which you can leave the windows open in the foreseeable future. Actually, tomorrow night, not bad, but tonight will easily be the most comfortable night, perhaps for quite some time. In the meantime, we still have a severe thunderstorm watch for all the counties in yellow in Ohio and West Virginia and Pennsylvania as of about 10 after 6 this evening. Also a separate severe thunderstorm watch out towards the East Coast, eastern PA into New Jersey and the New York City metro area. We've had a few pretty gusty, nasty storms, I should say, near Interstate 70 over the last several hours. These have produced some sporadic wind damage and some hail around Zanesville, heading over towards Cambridge as well. These storms have meant some business at times. They've really kind of flared up, and so that severe thunderstorm watch out for good reason for kind of the I-70 corridor on south. I think we're in the clear at this point as of 10:06 or 6:10, I should say, closer to Interstate 70 and certainly north. We should be just fine for the rest of the evening, but southern Ohio and parts of interior West Virginia, southwestern PA, can't give you the all clear just yet. But the weekend, yeah, pretty nice. You know, it's going to turn pretty hot on Sunday, but it'll be like yesterday, in that it'll be very warm, but the dew points won't rise much just yet. That'll come on Monday. So Sunday, 87, kind of like we had on Thursday, with a little bit of a breeze and some sun and the low to moderate humidity. It's still going to be a nice Father's Day, and it'll be just picture perfect on our Saturday. Upper 70s. If you have outdoor plans this weekend, all systems go, no wet weather to worry about. Through the weekend, we'll blitz through Futurecast here quickly because there's just not much to show you here over the next few days as high pressure drifts around and goes out to our east. This warm front then lifts in Sunday and into Monday, and it opens the door to easily the hottest weather of the season so far, and this is a bona fide heat wave, of course. We've been talking about this for several days now. This is not something to take lightly, particularly anyone who is weather sensitive, or if you know someone who is weather sensitive. Elderly people, certainly pets, and anyone without air conditioning, to be honest, is going to have a pretty tough week next week. This is a strong area of high pressure, a strong ridge, and actually this could be a record-setting ridge. I posted this on social media this morning. There's a chance that by midweek, the center of this high-pressure system aloft, in other words, a ridge, that's that brown area, this could be a record setter for the month of June. This may be the strongest ridge to impact this part of the U.S. in the month of June, from the Ohio Valley over towards the East Coast. This sort of thing doesn't happen very often any time of the year, but it's, you know, a little more likely to happen in July and maybe early August than certainly in mid-June. And this ridge has some staying power. It's going to stick around for some time. I think it's going to stay hot through the end of next week and into parts of next weekend as well. So once we start talking about heat indices well up into the 90s, close to 100 on Monday, we're going to be talking about that for 5, even 6 days in a row, taking us into next weekend. Now, the absolute highest heat index values may come Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday, but still, once you're up around 95 to 99, really, what's the difference as far as day-to-day impacts? And, you know, I've been talking about this week as well. The problem with a lot of heat waves of this magnitude that last more than a day or two is the lack of relief at night. You just don't get much of a break at night. You can't let that fresh air in and allow the house to cool off much at night when the temperature doesn't drop below 70 in most of the area. And that's what we are expecting for several nights in a row next week. So the heat wave will last 5, 6, maybe even 7 days. That's temperatures at or above 90, air temperatures. But beyond that, while the atmosphere may offer some relief briefly, you know, I don't see any sort of large-scale pattern changes in the medium and longer range. This is today's long-range outlooks from the Climate Prediction Center. This is the 8 to 14-day outlook right here, and here's weeks 3 and 4. You still see a lack of blue across the U.S. While the absolute hottest of the weather may be coming next week, we may not see middle and upper 90s with all that much frequency beyond that for a little while anyway. I think we're going to be solidly above the average temperature-wise in this kind of a pattern, taking us through the rest of June and probably a good chunk of July as well. And we are expecting a pretty hot summer. This has a chance of being our hottest summer in several years across our region specifically, and globally in the Northern Hemisphere. This could be the hottest summer season on record on a global scale, again, especially where it's summertime in the Northern Hemisphere in June, July, and August. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for watching all week. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. If you're watching this before our newscast this evening, the reason why I'm doing Weather for Weather Geeks during the 6 o'clock hour is we have golf on right now, and we do go on the air with a newscast at 7, and then as usual at 11 tonight. Hope you'll tune in then. Have a great Friday night, and I'll see you back here on Monday.